All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to this week's mailbag. If you have a question for me, tweet at me at DougKide using the hashtag MailDoug. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of graphic around me to tell you how to do all of that. First question here comes from Jay Beatty, who says, God forbid Brady gets hurt. We surely can't trust Hoyer to get us anywhere. Etling is way too unpolished. Any shot we bring in a serviceable vet to back up Brady. I actually disagree with your assessment of the Patriots backup quarterback situation. I don't think Brian Hoyer is really anywhere close to being the worst backup in the NFL. I advise you to look at some of the other rosters in the NFL, look at the other depth charts, because there are some really, really ugly backup quarterback situations in the NFL. Obviously, if Tom Brady got hurt, and the Patriots would be much worse off than they would be if Tom Brady stayed healthy. But I think that Brian Hoyer could maybe keep the ship afloat if everyone else steps up around him. At least the Patriots backup quarterback isn't David Fales or Brock Osweiler or Bryce Petty. Those three guys are the ones competing for the Miami Dolphins backup job. So it could certainly be worse here in New England. Second question comes from Stefan I, who says, who's the favorite for the famous Foxborough flu? Stefan is referencing players who just come up with mysterious injuries and then get placed on injured reserve so the Patriots can keep them under contract for a year without risking them to a waiver wire or anything else. There's two names to keep in mind here for me. First of which is wide receiver Braxton Berrios, who's been practicing, but he hasn't been playing in games. So maybe the Patriots could use his injury to put him on injured reserve, work with him for an extra year before they actually need him as a wide receiver. The other one would be cornerback Duke Dawson. Not really sure what's going on with that situation. Once again, hasn't been playing in games, but he has been on the practice field. He's been even more limited than Braxton Berrios in practice. So maybe the Patriots could stash him on injured reserve to begin the season to get another player on their 53-man roster. That's just me spitballing. I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to or not going to do that. Final question here comes from Justin. Doug, you see the Pats making any trades this week? I do. Don't ask me who they're going to trade for because there are thousands and thousands of names who are possible for the Patriots to trade for, but I definitely do see the Patriots trading for someone this week just because I don't think the back end of the roster is that strong. I think they could definitely upgrade certain positions, whether it's cornerback or linebacker, maybe even the defensive line. I think there are players out there that the Patriots could bring aboard, upgrade their roster somewhere, maybe ship someone else, a running back like Mike Gillislee, ship away a draft pick to pick up a guy. Patriots made 4 trades like that at this time last year. I don't see them making 4 trades, or maybe 1, 2, 3 to bring on some extra talent. So like I said earlier, if you have a question for me, tweet at me at DougKide using the hashtag MailDoug to get your question answered next week.